Hi everyone, my name is Chantal. I'm 18 years old. I'm from a small town in Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is my story about getting a breast reduction. So, about 2 years ago, I would have been 16, I went to my doctor and I asked him if I could get a breast reduction done. And he said, okay, I'll message a surgeon down in Halifax, which is an hour away from where I live. And he said, I'll call you back in a month when I hear back. So, I went in a month later and he sat me down and he said that they won't see me and that he thought MSI wouldn't cover it. So when he told me that, I was devastated. I started crying as soon as he said it because I was already expecting him to say that, like, you know, hope for the worst, hope for the best kind of thing, just preparing myself. And yeah, he said that and I completely broke down crying, and I was like, all hope went out the window. So I was like, great, now I'm gonna have to wait. Okay. So this year in March 5th, I emailed them. I went on their website and emailed them, and I told them what problems I have been having, and they got back to me within a day, and they were saying that I needed to qualify for certain criteria. Like my BMI, body mass index, I had to be less than 27. I think I was 20 or 21. Anyway, and I had to qualify for MSI so they could cover it because it's an $8,000 surgery. And so I talked to my mom about it, and I called them back and I said, okay, this is something I want to do, and they gave me an appointment, not directly on the phone. They sent me a letter in the mail, which was perfect timing because everything was set in one day because, like I said, it's an hour away, so everything happened in one day. It was prom, because I went to my best friend's prom in the city anyway. So I had my breast reduction consultation with Dr. Bender Samuel in the morning at 11:30, although we got there earlier, so we got in to see him. Anyway, and I told him what's been going on, and then he asked to look, you know, so I put on a robe and he weighed them and whatnot, and then he drew a circle of where my nipple would be after the surgery, and he took pictures to send over to MSI because sometimes I guess they need certain proof, I guess, that I'm saying what I'm saying and whatnot. Anyway, so I've always been an early developer. In grade 5 I was a B cup, and then in grade 6 I was a C, and then towards the end of grade 8 going into grade 9 I found out that I was a D. I found out when I was getting fitted for a prom dress, I think it was, maybe a semi-dress. And then in grade 10 I found out that I was a double D, and then when I was getting fitted, and they said, well, just honey, in 2012 actually, I was, you're definitely not a double D. And I had to get fitted for a bathing suit. Whoa, like what? You know, like they're supposed to have almost all sizes at the swimwear hut. And I was thinking, okay, what am I supposed to do now, you know? I need this bathing suit like today. Anyway, so we finally found something that would cover me, and that's something that's not easy to find. Finding bathing suits or clothes or bras is definitely not easy at all. It's actually a pain in the ass. It's something I do not enjoy. Most girls love shopping. I love clothes, but because of my size, I can't wear the clothes I want to wear because they're so out there. Like, I'm so small, like I am like this, like I'm like small, like my waist, like I'm an hourglass figure. My waist is like 25 inches, you know, so I don't know, could have shrunk by now, I don't know. Last time I checked it was 25 inches, but and then have big boobs, small waist, you know, very, they're just too big for my body anyway, and they always cause pain. My back, my lower back gets most of the pain. I have horrible posture. I really do. It's actually painful to try and sit up straight with my shoulders back for long periods of time because it's so heavy in the front. Like I said, finding bras, especially at school when you're doing yoga or dance or some type of activity where you have to move around a lot, I would always have to readjust them and put them back in my bra because they would always fall out. So I've always been teased and I've always been bullied. I've always been called names because of the way that I looked, and it's not really my fault because of the way I look, but that was definitely something that wasn't easy. I definitely have a problem with the way I look. On one hand, I always thought, well, this kind of makes me special because nobody else is big boobed and, you know, skinny waist like me. Trying to find the positive in how I look is not easy when you have people saying all these mean things about you. So in November 2012, I went to see a specialist who specializes in bras, custom fittings, and breasts and stuff like that. Anyway, she told me I was no longer a double D, which I had thought I was for many years. She told me that I was a 32F, which is, you know, big for my size. Like I said, I'm very small-waisted, so anyway, actually I think that's big for anyone my age. Like I said, I'm 18, you know, I think that's big for my age. So when she told me that, I was completely shocked. I was like, are you kidding? Are you serious? No, I can't be that big. Like, I'm only 18, come on. Like, seriously, I cannot be that big. Anyway, so after I got over the shock, I was like, oh my god, I'm seriously this big, and I didn't know it all these years. So, I think, yeah, back in January, me and my mom, we went back to the specialist, and it's what I'm wearing now. I got fitted for a bra that I was actually gonna take home with me. They don't get pretty bras like all the other skinny or not skinnier, smaller, flat-chested people do. So that's not fair, but a lot of things about having big breasts aren't fair. So I got one. It's not that bad looking. Somewhat pretty. Anyway, so we got it, and it was $130 plus tax, which really sucks because I don't think a whole lot of people spend that much on just one bra. I mean, if you bought lots of bras, it would probably amount to that, but for one bra, yeah, I think that's kind of expensive just for one bra. So having big boobs do come with a big giant price as well. I'd like to just go back to saying what it was like growing up with having big breasts. You know, you get a whole lot of bad attention from it. Like I said, I'm small, they're out there more than I would like them to be. I've had to learn how to move around. Sometimes they actually do get in my way of like where I move my arms, or when I'm sleeping, I sometimes accidentally lay on them, so I have to move them out of my way. So that's not fun. They hurt in general, like they just throb with pain. I don't do anything. I could be sitting down, I could be laying down, and they're just throbbing in pain for no reason. So that's not fun. I've had a lot of conflict about my decision to get it done. I found out 3 weeks ago. I'm just gonna go back in time because I'm getting ahead of myself, which I do a lot, really. When I went to see the surgeon, Dr. Bender Samuel, it was June 22nd, I believe. I think that was a Monday. And they said it would be a year from now that I would get my surgery. So in October, which is this month right now, the secretary person called, I think it was 3 weeks ago, I'm not sure, and they said, we have an opening for you, and we would like you to call it back. So I did, and they said, okay, the time we have for you is October 28th. And I was completely shocked. I thought it would be a year from now. Like, they said I would be put on a waiting list. So, because I found out back in August that I was accepted from MSI. So I knew I was getting approved. I knew I was being on a waiting list. So when I got that phone call saying, okay, October 28th, you want to do it? Like, I was like, wow. I was expecting to wait years, really. I was very shocked at how fast I was getting in. So I feel like I've had time to prepare for myself, how I feel about it. I'm very conflicted with it right now, actually. I've always wanted to breastfeed when I have kids, and if I were to get the surgery, there's a pretty good chance that I'm not going to be able to, because they have to cut around your areola, which cuts the nerves and the ducts in your breast. So they sometimes reattach later on, after you've had the surgery, years. So that's something I'm not 100% comfortable with. I know it needs to be done, it's just, I'm very, I've had a lot of doubts about it, plus there's a lot of things that could go wrong, and it's something I don't think you can prepare yourself for, but I know I need to do it. I need to do it so I can feel better about myself and not feel so self-conscious or be treated the way I have been. So it's obviously going to be life-changing. I'm obviously going to have to get used to it. I've always had big breasts all my life, so I'm kind of having some anxiety of, you know, letting them go. I've always had them. So it's definitely something that I'm going to have to get used to. So I'm kind of like not wanting to get it done anymore. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm scared or, well, I am scared. That's a lie, I am scared. I'm very scared. I've done my research. I know exactly what's gonna happen. I know that it's gonna be extremely painful, but really, what isn't in life? I've watched the procedure on YouTube. The most horrifying experience ever. I remember watching it the night I got the call saying when my appointment was. I went on YouTube and I started watching people doing stories of their own, like I'm doing, probably very badly, because anyway, so I just watched the procedures that some people had. I literally started crying because I was so horrified. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna put myself through this. I'm gonna put my body through this. I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you do that to yourself, you know? It's definitely not something I would recommend to watch. If you don't like blood and cutting and slicing and dicing of people. But if you're gonna get it done, by all means you should know exactly what you're getting yourself into, which is what I did. I went and watched it, and kind of regret that I did, because I'd rather not know what's going to be happening to me. So I'm not allowed to drink or eat anything after 12 o'clock Sunday night, because the place is only open Mondays and Fridays, so my appointment's on a Monday. I have to be there for 5:30 in the morning. My surgery will be at 8:30, and it should be only 3 hours, but God knows it could take longer. You never know, you know, so and then after that I think they're gonna keep me there for a while just to see how I am, and then I can go home. So I don't really know what's gonna happen after that. I'm deathly afraid. Like I said, some videos are different, so I have no idea really what's gonna happen, but I have some idea. I know they're gonna put me asleep, obviously. They're not gonna do it with me awake. But I know they're probably gonna take maybe a needle this long, maybe longer, and stick it at 3 different points of my breast to numb me up in that area, and then they're gonna start slicing and dicing me. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to the surgery at all. Scarring wise, I really don't care, because obviously scars fade, and plus there's certain things you can buy, like creams and stuff. So I'm looking forward to not hopefully feeling so bad about myself, hoping that I can actually buy a bathing suit that will actually fit, where I'm not falling out everywhere. Front, sides, bottom. It's definitely not something that's fun. I'm looking forward to buying cute bras again, going to lessons, and actually being able to wear things and that things will fit. So that's something I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to being less in pain. My breasts are 3 pounds. I think that's what the doctor said. I can't remember. And it's going to be definitely interesting to see what that's going to be like. I'm not looking forward to getting stitches out. I'm not looking forward to a lot of things really, because I'm actually, like I said, I'm doubting, and I'm trying not to think about it because it's just going to make me cry. So having trouble letting go of a lot of things. But I know it's going to be for the best, and that's all that matters. And I know what I'm like, so probably when I get out of surgery I'm going to think, why the hell did I do this? I'm in pain. What the hell did you do this to yourself for? And then probably, you know, after a while I'll probably think, oh my god, I'm so glad I did this. But I think at the beginning I'm probably going to hate myself for doing it, because it's just something that I never saw myself really doing. And I kind of feel selfish in a way, and I know this is going to probably make no sense at all, but I feel completely selfish for getting a breast reduction done, because, like I said, I want to be able to breastfeed, and I know it's the best thing for the babies and stuff. And you know, you hear all about bonding that you have with your kids through breastfeeding and stuff, and that's something that I want. That's something I saw myself doing, and I feel kind of selfish. I feel like I'm kind of taking that away from them. Like I said, it makes no sense, but you know, some women can breastfeed after. It all depends really on who you are and your body and whatnot. So I mean, fingers crossed that I can do it whenever I have kids. Far, far, far away. Graduated high school this year, and I've been accepted into the Vancouver Film School, which I'm really excited about. I just want to start living my life the way I want to, and not being judged because of the way I look. Like I said, I get a lot of bad attention, and you know, it's not really a good thing either. It does do a lot to your self-esteem. Most of my life I just, you know, I try to suppress everything, but as I'm getting older it's bothering me more about what people say, because there's nothing I can do about it, until now, obviously. A lot of people just, they just don't understand, and for people who say they want big breasts, I say, you're all crazy. You probably wouldn't be saying that if you grew up the way that some people who do have big breasts have, and it's definitely not something that anybody would want. Not at all, you know. Unfortunately, I have it in my genetics, both sides of my family. My mom's and my dad's are big chested, so I guess they came together and bam, I got a double whammy of both. So I blame it on my genetics. I mean, there's nothing really else for me to say other than this is my story. It's probably really long. I rambled on probably a lot. Probably don't make a whole lot of sense either, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. You probably didn't, but you're the one who clicked on it, so you know what? Tough. You get to listen to me ramble on for however long this was, so I'll probably be doing another video after my surgery for a follow-up or something like that. I'll let you know how my opinion changed. If it does change, it might not. Like I said, I'm very stubborn, so I know what I'm like. Probably won't change. Anyway, peace and love.